everyone, welcome back to Sharon Cullen Art. Today, as you can see by the title, I am going to pack up my supplies to take on a trip. And so I thought I'd take you along, show you what exactly I'm going to pack. I'm packing a lot less now than I used to. I used to pack way too much and then I would never use it. So this time it may look like I'm packing a lot, but I'm packing for several weeks and then I can take what I need, plein air painting or whatever. So the reason for this trip that we're going on is because Pat and I are having our first grandchild. We are so excited. She's our granddaughter. It's a girl, and she is scheduled to be born early to mid-July. But unfortunately, Mom has preeclampsia, so they're watching her blood pressure closely. And if it stays high or goes high, they may have to take the baby earlier, but they're just watching her for right now, and she's checking her blood pressure at home, and all is good with the world. So hopefully it'll be as scheduled, because we have made a reservation with our RV at a park near the University of Michigan Hospital where they're having their child. And we're going to stay there a few days. And then from there, we are going to go on a trip. And we thought we might just go into northern Michigan, up into the Upper Peninsula, where it is desolate and we love it. I just love being in the middle of the woods. As you know, I live in the woods. So we're going to go camping, and, well, if you call it camping, we're in an RV. And we're going to do a lot of fishing. My husband wants to do a lot of fishing. I can be out on the boat with him and painting and doing the view from the boat toward the shore, which will be a little different than the shore outward. And yeah, so we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm not sure how long we're going to be gone. It could be up to a month, but doubtful. I don't think we'll be away that long. We've got stuff to do at home as well. So stay tuned. I'm going to flip you around and I will show you everything that I'm taking with me. Okay, so basically this is everything right here that I'm going to take, aside from a chair and also a small tripod that I can put my camera on to record for you guys. Everything else I'm leaving home. I'm leaving home the extra tripod and easel because I'm going to use my Stablo system, and hopefully that's all I will need. So I'm going to take everything out of the bags and show you exactly what all I'm taking with me. Okay, so this is the entire deal right here. And I'm going to go through and show you everything. Now, the only thing that I feel like I have overkill on is brushes. But since I'm going to be gone for several weeks, I'm going to take those brushes because there may be certain paintings I'll want larger brushes for and other ones that I'm going to want really fine brushes for. So I like to have an option. But when I go out plein air painting, I will probably either just take this pack or a couple of these brushes. And this pack is all my watercolor brushes. I have my 3 silver black velvet brushes. I believe they are in 2, 6, and 8 are the sizes. And then I have 3 Rosemary and Company brushes as well that I really like. And these are all natural fiber brushes for watercolor only. I do not use those in gouache because they provide too much water. And when I'm out plein air painting, I really have to have animal hair brushes and a lot of water because it seems like the wind is constantly drying your paper while you're trying to get things done, which makes gouache a little bit harder. So this is the bag that all of this stuff came out of. All of it fit right in this little bag here, which has several compartments. So I have a spot for everything, and I will show you exactly how I put it all together. First of all, though, let's get through the big stuff. This is a mat to sit on. Keeps your butt dry, and it's comfortable. it's insulated, I guess. That's why it's silver. I don't know. But it's just a little foam cushion to sit if you're going to sit on the ground. So that will pack with me unless I'm taking my chair. And I'm going to show you how I do the chair too. So that is one thing. Then I decided to take 2 different sketchbooks. I'm not sure if I'm going to break down and bring another one because of size, but I do have, well, I like to carry a band with me so that when I'm out painting, I can hold pages down with the band. But I'm going to be bringing this toned tan Strathmore 500 series book with me. It's 184-pound paper, and it's smooth. It's very smooth. There is no tooth to it at all. Great for painting with gouache. And I suppose you could do watercolor on it as well, but as I showed you in a couple videos ago, watercolor does lose some of its vibrancy. And this was the Gansai Tambi watercolor, which is semi-opaque. So, but I'm going to take that for gouache painting and for sketching. So I'm going to keep the band on here so that I know where it is. And then the next thing I have is a brand new, well, it's not brand new to me. I've had it for probably 2 years, but it's a new Etcher sketchbook. This is not the perfect sketchbook. It's slightly different. It has the canvas cover, and I'm not sure if the paper is different. It's still 100% cotton, but it seems like the tooth is less. I'm not sure. I think the perfect sketchbook has pretty smooth paper as well. But anyway, I'm taking this. This is a 4x6 book, and it has 100% cotton paper, 230 GSM. So it's a little thinner than the perfect sketchbook. It's heavy mixed media paper. So I'm going to take this for doing some watercolor sketches on, or maybe some gouache sketches, but I like the fact that I could do a double spread, keep it fairly big, or I could do a single spread and make things very small. So it'll be a lot quicker if I'm out and about wanting to paint. It won't take me as long to do a painting. So I have that one. Then I have my Stablo La Originale art board, I guess you could call it. I've had this for a couple of years, and I hadn't used it much, but I found a new love for it. And I think part of the reason was I was kind of using it wrong. But basically all you do is you open your book up like this and put your pages centered like that. Just kind of shove this over your book a little bit. It slides right in. Then let your pages fall open. You can either use your band to help hold it down like that, or you can also use clamps and do that. Which I love. The other thing about this is the elastic. There is something sold on Etsy that's somewhat similar. I'm sorry, my magnets are pulling everything off the table. On Etsy, there is something similar, but it's not as nice in my opinion. I think they're leather coated, and they have the magnets stuck to the outside of the board. They're glued down, and then you set them on top of it. Now, I just don't like that setup. I like them down inside. They're out of sight, out of mind, and everything works really well. These bands are great for helping to hold things in. Like if I want to have a brush, this brush might be too large though. Yeah, I'd have to have it open. But if I had the brush open, I could show you. This one is big for this hole, but once I let the elastic go, it is not too big for the hole. You can put any size brush in there. Well, obviously not bigger than the hole, but you can use fat ones. You can use ultra skinny ones. Here's a pencil that's skinnier. I can put that in there and it's fine. The other thing is there's a water cup holder and another brush holder. They're round. I broke my water cup one, lost my brush one, so I just ordered new ones today. They're not cheap, but I think the whole system's about 80 euros. So probably around $93 or something like that. I'm not sure. And then it's made out of beech wood, so it's very lightweight, but it's sturdy. It's double. Let me take the book off. It is double thickness up here so that you can have the magnets inside as well as slide your book up inside there. And very lightweight. I'd say it's like less than half a pound. I'm not sure. Pretty simple though. And it's a simple design, but very, very effective. I'm hoping that my new water cup holder will come in time, as well as my extra brush holder. And I can put them up here. I can put them on the side. Another thing that I would do with this, I'll show you the full setup, is once I put the book on here like this, whoops, let me hold it up correctly. Trying to do it too quick. There we go. Just slide it on there, and then I can also take my rag and hang it off the side by using one of these elastics, pulling it, and then my rag is hanging here whenever I need it, which is really nice. And then I can have my water cup out there or whatever. But if I have to go without it, without those extra pieces, then all I have to do is have a little metal disc on the bottom here, and I can put it on there. And it's not going anywhere. The water would spill if I did that. But then the other thing is, like if I'm painting with this is my gouache palette, I can stick it on here, and I have all of my stuff that I need there. I can have my brushes, whatever. I can use a water brush if I want, but this is the setup. And I can rest it right on my lap. And I don't need an easel. And I tell you, the reason I'm not taking an easel is because my arthritis has advanced so much. My autoimmune spondyloarthritis. A lot of women get something called peripheral spondyloarthritis, where it affects other joints. Obviously, it affected my hip, my knees. It's in my feet, so hiking long distances will be hard for me. So I'm going to take this, and then I can just set it on my lap. So anyway, let's get on with what I'm taking. I'm going to put all this stuff to the side. And see, it's very easy to break down also. So I've got those books and my water cup, of course. I have these little discs that I use, and I put them on the bottom of things. These are a little bit big. I'm not sure. This is my watercolor palette that I'm taking. I'm just taking the little pocket palette, art toolkit palette. I can't close it all the way because my paint is still wet in here, but I'm not sure if that'll stick to it. It has a magnet inside, so the magnets might stick to each other. Yeah, it does. So I don't need to put anything on the underside. I was wondering if I was going to have to put a disc down, but I won't. It works just fine. It slides a little bit easier, maybe if I took the mixing area off like that. There, now it won't. But anyway, I can put a disc on it if I want to, and I will store that inside here once it's dry. You saw my gouache palette, and then I'm bringing a few extra colors along because I run out of these the quickest. The black, the white, and my permanent green light. Those three colors I do run out of fairly quickly, so I'm going to take those along. Actually, I might even take my leaf green, which is a lighter green. I don't have permanent green light in here, so I may just take one of these colors, probably this, I don't know if that's called spring green. I may take that instead of the green that I had out there. But I thought this would be a good option to have. Actually, I will. I'm going to change it over to this green. Leave that one out. This is spring green. It's a little bit bright, but I can darken it with my blues. And then also my leaf green. So I might take those instead. These are the colors that I'm going to take extra in case I need them. I may not even need them. So I'm also taking water brushes along in case I want to paint in the car or at the hospital possibly while we're waiting on our granddaughter to be born. But I have brought 2 brushes. I have lots of different sizes, but I like this one. It's a large flat brush, and it does come to a point too if I want to use it almost like a round. But then I have a very fine brush also, and I'm going to take that as well. So that is probably more for watercolor than gouache, but I can paint with gouache with that. Then I have 2 different size water bottles. This one I would probably take out into the field with me, fill it up. It doesn't have a lot of squirts. I think maybe 40 squirts or something, and this one of course holds a ton of water, but I like to have a nice skinny one with me. Then I have several rolls of tape. Obviously I'd only take one out with me in the field, but I don't know how long we're going to be gone, so I wanted to have several rolls. My writing utensils, I love my Blackwing pencils. These are my favorite, the natural, which is the lightest color. There's pearl, there's palomino, or maybe these are all palomino Blackwings, but they have 4 colors. I have all 4 colors, but they get softer and softer, so I like the hard ones. Here's one that is ultra, this is the palomino, yeah. And this one was the original, and it's very soft and very dark. But I will take these along with me, and then I have a pencil sharpener. I also have a mechanical pencil, but I'm always afraid to take it out in the field because this is a point, well, this is 0.5, it's not bad. My 0.3s, the leads break so easily because I tend to press hard. As a lefty, I press harder when I write. So the other thing is I worry about running out of graphite when I'm in the field. So I like taking a natural pencil and a sharpener. I also have my Bic, black Bic pen, which I absolutely love for sketching because you can do soft lines or heavy. Ballpoint pens rather than gel pens are so nice to use because you can get fine, very light lines, or you press harder and get a dark line. I also am bringing this, which is a Jetstream pen, and it's the Uni. I like this. It's got gel ink that is water resistant and is archival, so it's great to have. Obviously they didn't make these for artists, but they are great pens. The only problem is when you're sketching you can only get one line, which is dark. But when I'm writing, I like to use that. Then I have an eraser for if I'm using my mechanical pencil. I have a retractable Pentel eraser. I also have my Muji pen, 0.5 in the very dark blue-black, and I love that. And then I have a white pen as well, acrylic paint pen that I will take. So these are all of my utensils. Will I take them all plein air painting? No. It'll just depend on what I'm doing that day. So I have my watercolor brushes here. I have all of these brushes here. These are 3 of my favorite type of gouache brushes: an angle, half-inch angle, a half-inch flat, and then I have a 20-aught fan brush, which is great for grass. So I cut off the ends, and then I just filed them round so that I can fit them in my pack. I do have the Gray Matters brushes that I use for gouache only. They're very dry brushes. They do not hold a lot of water, and that's why I like them for gouache. I have 2 flats. One is the 1/4 inch. This is the bigger one. And then I have the 1/8 inch, which is the smaller one. This one, which is very small. So, and then I have a couple of rounds. I think I have a, number 8 round, and I have a number 4, I believe. 4 round. So I have these, and they're great little brushes. but sometimes I need just a bit more water, so I like to have these. I do have a bigger Gray Matters brush as well, but since it doesn't hold much water at all, when I'm doing initial washes with gouache, I like to use this brush, which is some off of Amazon brush. I don't even know what the company name is. It's a number 8. Oh no, this isn't it. This is a number 8 pointed round. This is the one that I take with me, and it is a large 12. And I like to have that for doing big washes, and I can also do fine work. So when I'm out and about, I really only need this because you can see how fine the point is, and I can use that and not even need a finer brush. But if I'm making leaves and things like that, I like to have a smaller brush just so I can press down and lift and make my leaves. Then I have several different rounds, like I showed you, an 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, something like that. So I've got plenty of rounds, and I won't take them all when I'm going out. I just want to have options if I'm going to be away a long time. And I'm going to stick those in this bag so that I have my watercolor brushes and I have my, gouache brushes. This one barely fits. It kind of sticks up a little too far. This is one of the Art Toolkit pocket palette bags for the business card size one. I wish I had my big folio one because that would fit perfect, but this is okay. So that's all of this stuff, and then the last thing I have here are some Neocolor 2s. I didn't bring any reds. I really don't need that, but these are all pretty much landscape colors, which is what I use. And if I use them, it's probably going to be just here and there, maybe adding some details that I decide I want. So the other thing is when I'm camping and I'm set up at my trailer, I want to have a big palette to work on. So I'm just taking my Gorilla paint palette. And if I do end up using any fresh gouache, I can just leave it in there, or if I have mixes, I can leave them in here and they will stay wetter longer. But this is a nice plastic thing to take along. So, how am I packing all this stuff up? Well, I will show you right now, and I'm probably going to do this in fast forward so that you're not bored out of your gourd. Well, it ended up we did take our trip, and I took all of this stuff along. It was fairly easy to pack up. I did change out a couple things. I left one of the pencils behind. That was overkill. I didn't need 2 of them. And I ended up bringing some watercolor pencils, and I grabbed one of my Color Ace pencils I think they're by Stablo. I like those, especially when I am recording. They're easier to see me sketching on the paper if I am recording, so I like to have those. And they erase well if I need to erase lines. But that was really easy to pack up, and it's full. Which is why I have this extra bag for these other things. And I did take a couple extra rags, so I had more than one. That way, if I need to wash one, I can. So I am going to put it all in this small backpack that I have. It's a very nice backpack. It's easy to see inside because it has the hard, what do you call that? Like boned edges. It's got a big, heavy-duty insert in here that holds the bag open like that, which I really like. I hate digging to the bottom of a backpack, but here you can see all the way to the bottom. And I have a place here which is actually for a laptop or tablet. Then I have a small zipper pocket and a couple of other small pockets, which I probably won't even use. But I'm just going to go ahead and put everything in there. I'm going to put my Stablo in here along with my 2 books. And if I go out painting, I will use this bag, but take out all the excess things that I wouldn't be using, like this palette and that kind of thing. Palette, I think I'm just going to put in there. So I'm going to see if I can fit my, I'll put that on the side. But before I put those in, I'm going to put this on the bottom. Right now I'm keeping it flat because I have wet paint in that one palette and I don't want it to tip. So that'll go on the bottom. This can go on top. And then I have my other two things here that I can fit in, that and this. And I am all set to go. I just zip it all up and then I'm all set. The only thing I would take with me that I don't have here is sunscreen and bug spray. I have outer pockets that I can use for that. I also have stuff in case I have to go to the bathroom while I'm out. And I have a spot to put a water bottle on both sides. So one of them can hold sunscreen or bug spray or whatever, or both even, because they're very big pockets. The last item that I'm going to take is my chair and not an easel. And I told you the reason for that. When I'm out, well, I'll show you. So I have the bag that I'm going to take, and I was planning on taking this bag. This is my heavy duty, this is a Kelty backpack, which I put this onto the outside along with my easel, which is probably about 2.5 pounds. Then I have big clips for that easel, whoops, and I would have all of those supplies in there as well, plus another tripod for recording. And I just don't want all that. So that is all staying behind this time, which I normally do not do. It's just so heavy for me with my arthritis. So this is the chair that I plan on taking. And what I do with this, it's just a tripod chair. It looks like 4 legs though. That's weird. I guess it isn't a tripod chair. I always thought it was. It Velcros shut, so I just undo it like this. You can carry it with a shoulder strap, which I usually do, and then it opens up to sit. But before I open it up all the way to sit, I flip this back thing up, which is the seat back. You can't do it once the chair is open. So then I can push this down like this. Oh, I guess it is 4. It's a square. And then I can go ahead and sit. And it seats as a diamond, so you have one of the points between you. But it's a very comfortable chair. It's very lightweight. I've got a back on it so that when I'm painting, I don't know if you can see me, I can sit and support my low back. And I'm perfectly fine painting like this, and I can put my stuff on my lap and paint, and I have my Stablo all set up, so I'm all set to go. And then I can take my small, very lightweight tripod and also fit it in the bag or just carry it, and I can record for you guys. So I don't even know if you can see me or if this is pointed down too far, but whoops. My leg is still weak, so I have trouble sometimes. So that's how I use that. And then to put it down, I just sort of close it up. Then I flip this around the other way, like that. It has these heavy-duty, double, triple layer kind of rubbery things, very heavy-duty, screwed in here. And it has never torn, knock on wood. So hopefully I will never have a problem with it. But then I just take the thing and I go like this, and I am all set to leave and go back home, which is really helpful. I love this chair. And I just keep the thing short. I accidentally put it in over this, but you can lengthen it or whatever. But I just throw it over my shoulder like this, and I'm ready to go. And it is about, I don't know, it feels like it's less weight than that easel that I showed you that I'm leaving behind. If not, it's about the same, maybe 3 pounds, I don't know. So this is all I'm taking with me to go on my long trip. And of course the tripod that I have you on right now. So now you know everything that I'm taking on my trip, and you're getting a different view. This is my workspace here, which is very messy behind me. I have my drink over here, but that's usually where Tully lives. It's an L-shaped desk that goes around these beautiful windows that show me the view of our woods, and this is where I paint. I I believe that's it, everybody. Remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and most of all, be kind to each other. Take care. God bless you. And I will see you very soon and tell you all about my new grandbaby. I have to see if they'll give me permission to show her on camera. They may not, but because this is public, so I need to make sure first. But anyway, that's it. Take care. And when I'm on vacation, there might be another video coming in between, maybe two, just depending on when this baby is coming. We have to be all packed and ready to shoot the second we get the call. So unless it's on the scheduled date that we already have the reservation for, which I'm hoping against hope. Her blood pressure isn't that high, but as long as she's keeping it down, then everything should be good. Yeah, so I will see you soon and see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.